Hey, Terry McGean here at the 2024 SEMA convention in Las Vegas. We're walking the show and we stopped in here at American Autowire. We're talking to Mark DiMontigny. We've got some new stuff on the wall that we always like to see what you guys are coming out with. I know American Autowire started by creating reproduction wiring harnesses, mostly originally for GM cars, correct?
Correct, exactly.
And did it grow out of the special plugs? You guys were able to have tooling to make those special plugs?
That was a huge asset for us, and it's actually still one of the things that separates us in a lot of ways from our competitors and other companies in the industry. Not only for our factory fit original restoration line, which is still GM based. At this point, it's grown to just about 5,500 different original restoration harnesses, but also into our modified restoration line, which we call our street rod catalog. That's more focused on universal street rod kits, just for somebody building what you may think of as a stereotypical hot rod, up to and including over 60 different vehicle-specific restomod kits designed for year, make, model vehicles. Those we flesh out and make them as complete as possible with original replacement connectors, terminals, all the little things that you might not get with some of the other harnesses out there, but we try to include to keep the busy work out of the customer's hands and supply everything they would need for a project.
That's great. I know I just used some harnesses from you guys for a power window project on my '69 Camaro. The windows have never worked right on that car. I've owned the car for a very long time. You guys had the harnesses in your catalog. They were on the shelf, which I was surprised at because it's a rare part. And not only did they function as I needed, but it was clear you guys took the time to make them look like the original harness. It had the cloth tape, the similar connectors, the plastic pins in the same spot. That's obviously intentional, right?
Very intentional. For the factory fit line especially, that's one, details matter. In those harnesses, we have a very skilled group of production staff. As you can imagine, you don't come in your first day at American Autowire and start building factory fit harnesses. It takes some time to learn the product, learn about the company, learn what details matter. In small harnesses like that would be an easy one for that crew to put together as a power window adapter. But little things on our, say, engine and front light harnesses or even under dash harnesses in that catalog matter significantly. If there's a locating pin on, say, a harness under the hood for the front lights or the engine wiring, our pin will be the exact same place, clocked the exact same way as the original harness, so you can literally plug the harness in, route it just like the original, go through, make all your connections, and our harness will lay just like the factory original wiring did in the car.
Well, that was my experience with the power window harnesses. They have those plastic pins that are pressed in between the wires that are joined, and as you've said, we put the harness up where it was supposed to be, and the pin was not only there, but right where the hole was in the sheet metal for it. So that was very easy. I mean, it was almost a plug and play other than just having to route it into the car. Now you guys do Mopar stuff, right?
We do. We have A, B, and E-body Mopar harnesses in our street rod catalog. Now those are the restomod wiring harnesses. So they're a little bit of a different approach where we'll give you still the correct original, like I said, terminal replacement, your lamp sockets, connectors, but the dash harness will include a modern fuse panel. So they're designed for somebody who wants to hot rod the car a bit, install a later model engine, add the typical bells and whistles that you would find in the current trends for folks building that style of car. But all the details are accounted for. That line's a little bit different, where we'll also pre-label all of the wires in the harness to make the installation a little easier. We'll provide full, very detailed installation instructions, but the pre-labeled wire, just a little touch that makes things simpler and can help you identify in the event you ever have to go back and move a wire or make some changes to your harness. Just kind of keeping it simple and again, trying to make things as easy as possible for our customers.
And the Mopar stuff, there's a lot of that that's also made to be factory fit, right? Or to appear like the original harness.
That's one where we also go out of our way to source those items. If it's something that we don't have, like the General Motors line, we have all of the original tooling. The Mopar stuff will go out of the way to source the original replacement lamp sockets and all those little items to help you flesh out the car and not have you looking for parts as you try to finish your wiring installation, give you everything that you need in the box.
That's great. Yeah, I know we did a Roadrunner harness a couple of years ago. Similar experience to the power window harness, and it was great. And the guy who owned the car was skeptical because, of course, Mopar people are very particular.
Sure.
But he was very happy with the product. The wire you guys use is better than what a lot of those cars used originally, and I mean GM and Ford and Chrysler, right?
Yes, it's a huge leap ahead. All of our harnesses use modern GXL coated wire. The original stuff in most cases would have been PVC. So it's much more tolerant to heat, abrasion, chemicals. You can actually hold, not that I'd recommend it, but in some cases you could hold a lighter on the wire for much longer than you would think is even reasonable. The insulation won't melt off. It's very stout. And that follows along with the factory fit line as well. Now, those harnesses are not pre-labeled because if someone's doing a concourse restoration vehicle, they don't want pre-labeled wires in their car because they weren't labeled from the factory. But those harnesses, despite having the original appearance, they'll follow the correct color coding and they'll also use that GXL wire. So you get a vintage-looking harness that still has all the benefits of having modern wire in it.
That's great. Now, you guys are always adding part numbers, I think, to what you do. You've got some new stuff at this show, don't you?
We do. Now, we have one brand new harness that's available now. We have two that will be coming out within the next few months as of this filming. AMC Javelin harness will be available before the end of the year. We just released our XJ Cherokee harness, and we have one that I know everybody on the R&D team is very excited about. I think the most excited about is our General Motors G-Body classic update.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that's us kind of eking our way into some of the what for us might be a little bit more modern in terms of a vehicle and a harness, but that'll be a fun one, and I'm excited to see us starting to move up and expand that line.
That's been a topic that's come up a few times over our walk through the show this year, is that there's a lot of cars that are being serviced by the restoration aftermarket that we don't think are old enough to be restored, but the reality is they are, and the parts have been out of production forever. So it's great to hear that you guys are keeping up with the trends and keeping parts going for newer, older cars.
Absolutely.
So thanks again for the help with those harnesses. I'm real happy with the way that worked out. I've heard lots of good things. Mark, thanks again for all the help with that power window deal. It really worked out well. And thanks for making this stuff. And I hope you guys keep continuing to add to that catalog of part numbers with newer stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the business.
Well, we're going to keep walking the show and see what other new stuff is out there.